Hey guys, it is currently 10:19 p.m. on August 23rd, and I'm starting edit 6 of Man of Darkness. Edit 6 is a Grammarly edit, and I'm still a little sick at the moment. My sinus headache has gone away and all of that, but my throat still hurts a little bit, so I apologize for that in advance, but still. I thought I would fill you in a little bit more on what a Grammarly edit necessarily is. I have described it to you previously in video 2 of this series, which I just edited today, which is the only reason I know that that's where that is. But I never showed anything of it to you, I just described it to you. So I already have my sticky note made for this edit, and I've just copied the prologue and chapter 1 into Grammarly. And since the last time I used Grammarly, they have updated it again. They have a section for correctness, which improves spelling, grammar, and punctuation, and they have a section for clarity, which helps make your writing easier to understand. So I'm going to re-paste those into Grammarly so that way I can go through and tell you what things pop up. But once these go through, I can show it to you. I can't, actually. I'll have to open up a new Grammarly document and do it again. It used to be that when you would delete the text that you had and replace it, even if it was with the same text, it would give you all of the errors that you had already corrected again, but it doesn't appear to do that anymore, so I have now opened up a new document and I'm pasting it there instead. There were 2 errors on correctness, or clarity, sorry, and there were 6 alerts on correctness. So the very first alert is people, comma, and it wants me to remove the comma. I personally like where the comma is, 323.4 million people, comma, and 219,912 of them are scared of dying. I think it reads too quickly if the comma isn't there, so there's a dismiss button. There's an incorrect suggestion or offensive content button, and there's a more button which goes through and describes it in more detail to you. So it will tell you why they think it's incorrect and what the correct version and what it is not is. This one is because it's a compound subject, which is basically it has 2 items and there's no need to break them up because commas separate the subjects when there are 3 or more, like in a list. But for me, it doesn't make sense to not put the comma there. It just doesn't. No offense. I prefer the way it reads with the comma. A comma creates a pause. Without the pause, it just reads too fast for me. This one, it wants me to remove It's a combination fear, one that isn't simply fear of just the obvious, comma, a fear of just death. It wants me to remove the before fear, but I don't think one that isn't simply fear of just the obvious, fear of just death. I don't like that. So I click dismiss again. We've got another one here where it says Texas for a harvest in an hour. It wants to remove I don't like Texas for harvest in an hour because it's a soul harvest, so dismiss. The sun feels good most days. That's the way she's speaking. It wants me to change it to good on most days, but it's dialogue, and dialogue doesn't have to be formally correct, so dismiss. The sun'll help you help you feel better, make you stronger. Sun'll isn't a word, but it's apostrophe LL, which takes the place of will, and the sun'll help you feel better sounds more dialoguely. We're going to pretend that's a word. I'm 99.99% sure it's not. Sounds more human and natural than the sun will help you feel better, because that's just the way that most people speak. Not all. There are people who would say will, and there are definitely times for will as well. The last correctness alert is the word for. It wants me to change it to about. Where's the middle of that sentence? But he did it without complaint for the whole 10 seconds it took for the soul to disconnect. but he did it without complaint about the whole 10 seconds. He's not complaining about the 10 seconds, he is doing an action for 10 seconds, so that one is also dismiss. Correctness is all done. So then we move on to clarity, and there are 2 errors there, and both of them are the word own. I don't know what this word means, but it says that own creates a... I don't know how to pronounce that. Is my volume up? If my volume's up, I have a great way to tell you what the pronunciation of this word is. My volume is up. If you have a Google device, I am so sorry. Hey Google. Define Tautology.
Here's the definition of tautology. The saying of the same thing twice in different words, generally considered to be a fault of style, e.g., they arrived one after the other in succession.
Okay, so in that example, one after the other and succession mean the exact same thing, so they are not necessary together. Grammarly doesn't like the word own because your and own mean the same thing, but a lot of people use it in dialogue, so I'm keeping it in this instance. Everything that ever made you happy is waiting for you there in your own little world. I prefer that to in your little world. So, dismiss. And he wrapped his pinky around hers, or he wrapped his own pinky around hers. That one I will change, just because I do agree that his pinky around hers sounds better. I think I changed a sentence there last edit, so, like, before I was reading it out loud. So I didn't notice that it sounded weird, which is why you should always read stuff out loud too, especially if you're unsure. But over here on my tablet, I'm going to search his own pinky in the find section of things. And for me, I have suggest edits on. That is only so that way I can tell you guys how many edits I changed, or how many things I changed during this edit. If you are editing your own book, you do not have to have suggestions on. That depends that's totally up to you. It depends totally on what you want to do. But I have found that section, and I am going to delete own. Hooray! So now it has changed to he wrapped his pinky around hers. So that one I will accept. And now Grammarly shows you the premium alerts, which you get by paying for it. But there are 27 additional premium alerts: word choice, passive voice, wordy sentence, incomplete sentence, misuse of semicolons, quotation marks, etc. And then there are 5 others, but I don't use premium Grammarly, so in generally a lot of those are also for dialogue. And I don't know what word choice is. I've never, probably like where it wanted to change for to about, that's probably what word choice is, I think. But now the first 2 chapters are edited, so I'm going to go ahead and on here mark off the prologue in the first chapter. And for me, I need to go ahead and check the word count of those, which is 1,795 words. So then, because I keep track of all of my stuff, I'm going to go ahead and put that into my edited count on my writing app, which now looks like that for today. I would like to have this done this weekend, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There are 22 chapters, 3 days. So on average, I need to edit 7.3 chapters. So I'm going to edit the first 7 chapters today. I apologize for the darkness. I didn't notice that. Oh my god. I'm going to edit the first 7 chapters today, I think. And then the next 7 tomorrow. And then 8 on Sunday. That's the plan. So I'm going to go through the rest of these, and then I will give you a word count for the total day once I'm done. Hey guys, I apologize in advance for the audio oddities and the video oddity here. My iPad is busy. I'm recording on my phone. I also apologize if you can hear my dog sniffing at the door in the background. She's continuously licking her lips, so I locked her out of the room so she can't be in here, so you don't have to listen to it as well. And she's whining at the door very quietly, so I'm hoping you can't hear it too bad. It is currently 9:09 in the morning on August 27th. I finished edit 6 yesterday. I didn't do any editing on Saturday. I didn't do any editing on Sunday. Initially the plan was to finish it on Sunday and to start the next edit on Monday or Tuesday, but life things happened that I discuss in my work in progress videos, but I don't see any reason to discuss them here because that's not what this series is about. So the short version is I planned on editing the next 7 chapters on Saturday after I woke up, but the thing happened after I woke up, so I didn't get to it. And on Sunday, I still just wasn't feeling up to much writing, and I definitely wasn't feeling up to editing either, even though it's just a Grammarly edit, so I ended up not doing it then. But I finished it yesterday, and I'm still on track because I'll be starting edit 7 today after I wake up. So I ended up making 9 changes total. I made 5 of those on the final day yesterday. I lost 6 words during this edit, which isn't bad. So now I'm down to 32,874. That's about all I have. The changes were pretty minor. They were removing things like certain actuallys or reallys, things like that. A lot of times in dialogue they work, but there's an occasion where they don't. And there's one where I missed it, where it said on the world instead of in the world, so I changed that too. But otherwise things are looking good. I think edit 7 is a Google Translate edit, but that sticky note is in the living room. So I'll let you know for certain after I wake up and I start that edit, but that won't be until I wake up. So I apologize for my dog. Again, if you can hear her. I can. I don't know if you can. But yeah, I have a few more things to wrap up here unrelated to editing, and then I'm going to go to sleep. I'm setting my alarm for 2:30. We're going to hope that it's going to go off. We're going to hope that I can fall asleep. And if that's the case, I'll see you sometime in the afternoon with edit 7 information. Probably in a separate video from this one. Depends on how the editing lines up. And if I don't wake up, I'll see you in the very late evening to early tomorrow morning. Depends. I don't do a lot of talk filming when other people are home, so depending on what time I wake up, it might not be until tomorrow morning, sometime after midnight. So regardless, I'm going to wrap up in here, and I will see you guys when I start edit 7.